I know we've all been in that situation where that one friend has a ton of offers and a ton of interviews, but you feel like you have nothing, and you start feeling really bad about yourself because you feel like you're inadequate. So what's interesting about this is that recruiters don't know that they actually have an offer in hand or other interviews until they actually talk to them and schedule their own interview. So what are they doing differently? What's the big difference? How come it feels like you get one, you get them all? I'll be talking about how to carry yourself, and this is 2 for 2. There's two things that you really need to think about when you're carrying yourself for any networking recruiting event. You're trying to get a job, you're trying to present yourself in a way that is appealing to them, but also a way that's very genuine to you. And the two things I want to talk about are having fun, interestingly enough, and also having a confident aura. And I don't mean arrogant, I mean confident in your own abilities and what you've done. I know that career fairs and recruiting can be very draining. It's not fun all the time. It really isn't the best thing, right? It's not exactly the thing you want to be doing. You got a lot of assignments going on, you have your own life to take care of, and then all of a sudden you have to be spending hours and nights studying companies and doing things and feeling a little disingenuous about things and kind of hyping yourself up, right? So staying genuine and staying positive is not always the easiest thing. But it is very important to try to find the elements of it that you do find fun. If you look at every single part of the process as a chore, chances are you'll give off an attitude that is the way that you're thinking about these things. When I'm talking to somebody, it is very clear to me if that person really wants to be talking to me or if that person wants to be doing something else. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, you know. I feel that way sometimes. Sometimes I don't want to talk to certain people, and that's completely normal. But at career fair, you kind of have to be in an attitude where you're looking for the positive elements of that conversation if you want to secure those things. And I don't mean faking it. I really do not mean faking it. I mean trying to find elements that are enjoyable. What components of the career recruiting process do you like? Do you like doing the company research? Some people do. Maybe there are questions you can ask that make the conversation interesting to you. Because I know you've had conversations where you're trying to get a job, but you're having fun with that conversation. Try to make that fun persist through whoever you're talking to. And sometimes you'll come across a recruiter who's really negative and not having a good time and wants to bring you down, and that person can't really perpetuate and carry into the next one. You have to really separate those things and focus on having a good time in recruiting. The second thing is your overall confidence aura. This is not just about the positivity and the fun. This is about, do you feel like you're secure about your stuff, about what you've done? And I know imposter syndrome plays a huge part of it. I had really bad imposter syndrome my first year. Getting my first internship, I felt like there were people way more qualified than I was, and that's a very normal feeling. You have to really know what you want. You have to be thinking about what you want out of this interaction and where you want to be. Do you want to be working there? Do you truly want this job more than that other person next to you? And you have to deliver yourself in a very true and genuine way. You have to talk about the projects that you're really interested in. If you did a project just for the resume, maybe you don't want to talk about that one. Maybe you want to talk about the ones that you did out of passion, the ones that you really find joy out of, because then the true self of you will come out way more. Why you're there, why are you in this club, why'd you do that project? And if you talk about those things, the true self of you will come out, and you'll carry yourself in a way that's much more confident. You have to carry yourself as if you have an offer already at hand. Why is it that those people who already have interviews get more, even if the recruiters don't know about that? It's because they're carrying themselves with a sense of security. They've already been validated by their self-worth. Here's the thing. Your self-worth has nothing to do with the offers you have in hand or the interviews you have in hand. The reason that they carry themselves better is because of security, not because their skills randomly just got better 30 minutes before getting a call and 30 minutes after. You have to go to those recruiting events, talk to those recruiters as if you know that you deserve these roles, because you totally do deserve these roles and you put in the work to make it happen. If you carry yourself as if you already have something in hand, then you come across as more desirable, carrying yourself at the level of worth that you deserve. For example, back when I was in freshman year, before I had any interviews, I really looked down on myself. I felt like the people around me were way better than me and that they're smarter than me. And so when I talked to those recruiters, I kind of subconsciously gave off this impression that I'm not good enough. They're not going to hire somebody. They're not going to interview somebody that doesn't believe in themselves. But the moment I got that first interview, I felt like I was validated. The next person I talked to with a better level of confidence, more clarity. I talked about the same exact stuff better. So if you bring that energy to every single interaction, even before you have those interviews, before you have those offers, you're guaranteed to come across way stronger and up your chances, because you know your self-worth and you are worth that much. And so why not present it in such? I hope you enjoyed. Leave some comments and thoughts below. Like or dislike and subscribe. Thank you so much for listening.